Right, I'll quickly show you this job. What I've got to do is I've got to get hot and cold. There's a cylinder directly above here, and there's a Belfast sink somewhere over that side. There's obviously a cold there, which is for the fuel. We've got to get a hot and cold across because we're having a toilet put in upstairs. This is like a garage annex. So the toilet's going above here. I'll show you upstairs what we've got. I haven't actually got the drawing yet, but all I've been told is I've got to get a hot and cold across here. They're going to put the soil pipe on the outside and we'll just have to come up. I imagine toilet will be going over there and basin over there. We do have a cylinder in this cupboard. We do have a cylinder in here, which is directly below the boiler. So obviously we're going to have hot and cold coming up here somewhere. So yeah, I just need to have a look at what's going to be the best place. They've said take it off the Belfast sink, but it's a bit further. So the idea is hot and cold into here. And yeah, that's going to be today's mission. So on the back of this wall is the Belfast sink. That's actually teed off the back of the pipes. So the pipes come up and then split across, and then there's two bib taps high up, and that's teed off for the cold. So I've got hot and cold just to the other side. So my first plan is to come up, across, and then drop them through here and then clip high level all the way along that back wall. I know it's quite a long distance for the hot, and then the toilet and basin is just up above that corner. So that's my first plan. What I'll probably do is get a load of clips on the wall. I'll space them off so I can lag it to obviously try and keep the heat in on the hot. That cylinder is more across that side, so the pipes go up and then the cylinder is more that way, if that makes sense. I was thinking I couldn't find the cold, but it must come off the mains, which is over the other side. So this is going to be like the closest place I can pick them up from. And it's a bit of a run, but there's nothing I can do. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get a load of clips on the wall, get through here with the hot and cold, and then we'll just clip them along there. So I've just set my laser up all the way around. What I'm going to do is clip on the laser line and then 50mm above it. So I like to get all my clips on the wall first, and then it's just a case of putting the pipe in then. So we'll do the clips, I don't know, every 1800, 1500, something like that. I'll work out how many clips I've got, and then we'll just space them evenly all the way along back to that point, and then we'll just go through there somewhere. I'm using clips with spacers. They just lock on the back. You get just look like little discs. You've probably seen them before, and they just clip onto the back of your clip. Just means you can get some lagging on there. Just got to be a bit careful with these walls, because obviously because it's not plastered, you don't want to go full depth of your drill bit, so you only want to go in a little bit. Otherwise you'll literally be straight through the block. It's not the first time anybody makes that mistake. So yeah, just be a little bit careful when you're just drilling on face block work, because it literally will just push through. But yeah, we'll get these all the way along, clipped up, spaced off, and then we can start chucking some pipe in then. It makes it look like you've done loads when you get a few bits of pipe in. So that they're all clipped across nice and level. I think the clipping standard BS6700 is something like 1200 horizontal, so that's what I've done them at. So it's 1800 vertical, 1200 horizontal, BS6700. From memory, a long time since I was at college, decided to clip it along the ceiling just because obviously we've got that door there and it's all up and down. They've wanted it taken the shortest route possible, so I've just put a couple of bends on the end of them two bits of pipe, and they're just going to kick across. It's only a garage / store this anyway, and they've asked me to do it the shortest route possible. Obviously it meant another metre across both ends, so it just reduces the dead leg on the hot a little bit. And the basin is actually going, I've actually clipped probably a little bit too far. It's just going past that set of clips there. So we've only added, what, that's 3 metres across. So we've added about probably 9 metres of pipe. So hopefully it shouldn't be too far. So I'll get them put across there. I've got to be a little bit careful soldering. I guess that's a heat monitor, but I can put a blank on that, and then we'll get them through into here. So my clips end there, so we'll have to bring them down, and then how we'll do this bit, whether we hang them or clip them across here or something. We'll have a look at that bit in a second. They're sitting just like that. We just have to, little pencil line there, get that one cut off, and then that one will slide along. And then a little pencil line there, get that cut off, and we can just solder them up. That's why I like to get all my clips on, and then it keeps everything nice and level and straight that way. Right, so we drop these down in this corner, And we'll just poke these through. This is just a plasterboard wall, I think. Try and get it nice and straight. I'll just poke the bit through and then I'll go around and drill it from the other side so it doesn't spelch all the wall. So I'll just get the point of the spade bit through. It's about blunt, that is. Yeah, we'll just put the bit through and then we'll go around, drill them from the other side, and then we'll sweat 2 elbows up on there. And that's got them all the way along to where we need to be. And I'm going to put some lagging on these, so keep the heat in the hot and it stop the cold picking the cold picking up off the hot. And that is the shortest run possible. Perfect then. What I'll do is I'll get some pipe collars as well. I don't know if these will need to be intermittently sealed because obviously we've got a boiler room in here. So I might ask if we need to get some fire collars. That's not, but I don't know, we only do our bit, right? So I'll probably just swing them out and above and then swing right around, and then we'll pick them up down here, and then that Belfast sink, the colder might pick up off there. That Belfast sink is just on the other side. It's just the straightest run I can get. So yeah, they should be fine. Right, I'll just clip them down there. I've had to use plasterboard fixings on there just because it's a stud wall. It should be alright, they're nice and rigid. I've just bent them up across the top, and then we've just swung them in there. As I say, I'm going to lag all these. You can only sort of do your best with the pipe work. Just put a cover on there. I'm pretty sure that is a heat sensor, but I don't want to set the smoke alarm off. So as I say, they're going to be ready to connect up. I might even take my cold onto there, but there is a Belfast sink I'll show you through there in a second. And they just run all the way to there. So I'll probably get that bit over there done, get that floor up in that toilet, and then we can see where we need to get through onto there. I'll just get them soldered up quickly, and that bit's all done. So in here, we've got toilet going on this back wall. It's the only place it can go. Pan connectors going to go that way. So there'll be a little bit of boxing obviously. So we're going to need a cold feed, and then I'll probably not drill it out today. There's a load of cars parked down there, but tomorrow they're coming to put the drain in anyway, so the cars will be out of the way. So a 4-inch hole effectively, a 4-inch saw pipe, cold feed. Basins go in this end. That's why I say probably clipped along too far. So we need a hot and cold blended supply up here. So hot and cold through the floor, blender, and then just a wall hung basin. I'm not sure what to do with the waste yet, whether to run it on the outside and then across. It's probably going to look better. Probably have to do it 1.5 inches on the outside and then just bring it through 1.25 inches, or reduce it 1.25 inches in here, because it's more than, well, it's not much more than 3 meters, but it is just over 3 meters. So we'll do that 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and then reduce to 1.25 inches. So I'll get this carpet up. This carpet's all being changed. It's going to have a vinyl floor in here. Get this carpet up. Flooring already feels a bit loose anyway. I imagine it's chipboard. That one's creaking away. So we'll have a look, and then we'll probably have to drill through the wall at an angle and then get into that garage. Our hot and colds are under there. So that's the plan. Carpet up, floor up, and then we'll have a look. And then if they are going the right way, well, depending which way the joists are going, might be able to notch across to there. I'll have a look, or drill down again, lift that bit of flooring up. We'll have a look. Right, we'll just get this piece up. I'm hoping we've cut on the joist. It's a little bit hard to tell, but that should be fine. So, where's that wall? That's that block wall we've clipped to. I might even be able to, because the joists are going that way, I might even be able to come straight through the ceiling and then across, rather than drilling through the wall at all. That's probably going to be the better plan, isn't it? You know what I mean? Solder 2 T's on my pipes for the hot and cold, and then just bring them into this basin, and I can bring them along then. And I'll lift the piece up that end, and then we'll do the same on the toilet. So basin's going to go directly behind me, so we can even fish across. I think I've got a blender in the van. If not, I know this basin's got a blender. But we want hot and cold up. Obviously, two isolation valves. I might even see if I've got some brass clips in the van. Come past that skirt and brass clips, and then space the blender out, and then we'll put the wash basin on that wall. I haven't actually got the basin or the toilet on site, but yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So I'll lift another piece up over there. We'll come up and across. That's not too bad. Right, this one's a bit harder to tell where the joist is, because we've got a screw there, we've got a screw there, we've got a line there. I can't see the nails. There's a screw there. Imagine that, well, they might be 400 centres. That'll put it. It could be that we've got a double joist or something in the centre. What I might just do is just cut a square out, and then I can patch that floor in after. We need to be able to get down to pick that feed up. I said the joist may even change direction here because the staircase. You can see screws. We've got bits all over. So what I'll probably do is just cut a square out, and then we can patch it up. I was thinking that wall carried all the way through, in which case I'd have had to gone through it, but that's just a block. That's just a stud wall there, not a block wall. So yeah, we're quite lucky on that one. So somewhere the joist must change direction, because they're going that way on this one. So what I might do, find where they change direction, and I can feed across, because otherwise I've got to get through that joist. That's a bit more awkward on that one, isn't it? We've got cables and stuff all over down there. I've insulated that bit. So yeah, I'll find where they change across. It's probably, might even be there, and then I can just come across then with a 15mm pipe. So that's where they change direction. So all I'll do there is just slide a pipe across. I might lift a section up in the middle just to put a brace in. So notch them. I'll go downstairs into the garage, bring 2 up here, hot and cold. I've probably clips along too far, but we can just whip them clips off. Bring them in, 1 cold across, hot and cold there for the blender, and that'll be perfect. And what I'll have to do is make sure all these floors put down nice and safe tonight, because we don't have anybody flooring. They'll end up plywooding over the top of this for the vinyl anyway, but we can just patch this back in. Right, they should be up into that first access hole we cut. I haven't actually been up and checked, but I'll solder these up. I'm pretty confident. I can't be bothered to keep going up and downstairs. So we'll get them soldered up, then we can move upstairs and just get that bit done all up in there. We knew they'd be right, we didn't need to check. So we'll just cut them off, solder 2 elbows, bring them into here, and I'll probably drill through, and then we'll feed a length across that toilet. And then, as I say, I'll nip to the van, get some brass clips set up with a blender, and then it's just having a wall-hung basin on there. So we'll get this bit done, and then yeah, we should be getting there then. So we've got the hot and cold through into there now. What I'm going to do is bring a cold across the toilet and a hot and cold up for this basin. I've only got a couple of brass clips in the van, but I can pick some more up. This is a blending valve, so this controls the water temperature of the hot going to the tap. So we need a cold in, a hot in, and then a mixed out. On this job we need a maximum temperature between 39 and 41. So we need to come out the floor, 2 isolation valves, and then into this blender. So inside here there's single check valves to stop the water passing through. It is balance feeds anyway that we've got. I think they work on a ratio, you can have 4 to 1 anyway of unbalanced pressure. Some of them are higher, some of them are lower. But this one will be fine anyway. So you get your bag of nuts, and we just build that up, and then we'll bring hot and cold up, and then we can, when we get the basin, we can hang that on the wall on there. So I just thought it'd look better in brass clips rather than the plastic ones. So they'll just come just in front of the skirting board. I've just swung them pipes around and in. Just a quick point with these, don't solder with your blender in position. All you'll do is melt your washers. So we've got hot and cold coming in there. There's filters and everything inside, and then we'll just take mixed out to the basin. So I've just put some brass clips on there. We'll put some more on at the top. I'll just get them soldered up. Valves there so we can isolate the water, and then I just need to take the feed across for the toilet, and then I can get the floor put back down just for tonight, and then we can lag all these up in the morning. Right, that blender's all set up ready to rock and roll. So ISO valves all set up, all tightened up. Looks fine. As I say, when we get the basin, I'll probably run the basin in the middle, and then the waste pipe will just have to drill through the middle. But there's not so much you can do with these. You're never going to hide it, so you may as well make it nice and easy to work on. So that's what we've done. Just got to get this cold feed across. So I'll end up drilling. Well, I've got a double there. I'll drill through there, and then we'll just feed across. And I'll probably just bring it up. Well, I'll work it out. Try and bring it up in the right place for the toilet. If not, I can just lift the floor back up. It's just having a close coupled bog in a box type thing. So I'll get that whipped in quickly, and I've just got my connections to make downstairs. But apart from that, that is done. Oh, and the lagging. Yeah, looks fine. Right, I've just put that cold feed across into there. To be honest, it's quite well supported anyway because of all the insulation. But what I might do, yeah, is just lift a section of floorboard up to put a nog in. Supported there, and it'll be supported this end, so I don't think it's going to be too bad. I'll end up cutting a service valve just above the floor, and then I really want the pan here so I can get it all set up. If I need to, well, there's not so much I can do anyway because obviously the soil pipe's going to be going through there. It'll end up having to go through that skirting because it's a deep skirting. So hopefully if I can get one with a left-hand feed, it's not going to be too far off. So what I wanted to do for today is just get all this floor put back down, and then I'm going to go downstairs and get the pipes connected. I need to get the floors put back down so it's nice and safe. I just marked on the floorboard where exactly the pipe has come. So yeah, not bad anyway, it's a good start. So toilet, basin, I'll get the soil pipe and everything done tomorrow and get all the pipes lagged, and that'll be about me done. Obviously we can get the basin on, but I'll leave the toilet out until the vinyl floor goes down. But other than that, that's this job coming together. So I know it's not much of a job, but these little jobs keep you ticking over. Right, I'm pretty much done, to be fair. I've put some additional isolators in here. The reason that offset's so big is because I want to get some lagging on that pipe yet. So cold's going to pick up there, hot's going to pick up on the other side, and they're all in. As neat as I can do them. This bit's only a boiler room anyway. So I'll lag them all to match the others. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll probably make the connections in the morning just purely because what time? It's 3:15 now. But yeah, everything else is in.